scenarios we put as well. You tell me how you're going to tackle that particular scenario. And so this is the first one, the first situation I'll roll out. So you are a CEO of a company, Vision Core, then one of the flagship products has a defect that can harm the users. A customer has gone viral, exposing the issue, and the media is pressuring you for a response. What will you do? Let me go again. One of the flagship products has a defect that could harm users. A customer has gone viral, exposing the issue, and the media is pressuring you for a response. What will you do to handle the situation? And how will you handle the situation?
Good morning, everybody. My name is Last BSC, retail 11% manager. So, as a CEO of a company, having a defect product, and the defect product is already outside. Someone is already on, let's say, Twitter, posting videos on how defect products have harmed him or her. So, the first thing is you have to talk to talk to the media to let everybody know that we are not actually the one at fault. Probably there was a mistake from the company, or let people understand from your own point of view, or else people can just stop buying from your company and everything just shut down like that. So address people first, then let them see from your own point of view and then understand you. Then you can tell them that probably the person that has the thing has affected, well, all the person into your company, probably give person an award or something, just make people be happy and that's it.
You said you want to try to placate the people, right? And apologize for the mistake. Thank you very much. Okay, Fatah.
Alright, so if I release the product, the output which I delivered later, I understand that in an organization, you make profit sometimes and loss is also part of the business. So the error could be a factory error or maybe the workers which was not planned for. So in that case, I would release a public address to the public to explain the situation on the ground, take full accountability for what happened, because even the biggest of the biggest organizations, they make mistakes. So I would admit, take accountability for it. Then if there are any cases where the matter escalated or maybe people are hospitalized or something, I would compensate those affected and properly apologize, take accountability and apologize for that mistake to the public.
Thank you very much. That's great. Most of them are so there's going to be another scenario. I would say it out, and you have options. So you have an employee, your star employee. He's threatening to leave your company. He leads a critical project, by the way. So he's threatening to leave your company for another company that offered him a 50% pay raise. So what are you going to do? You have three options: to grant the raise, to negotiate a middle ground, or let the employee go. So you tell me what you pick and why you picked what you did. Okay, so your star employee who leads a critical project demands a 50% pay raise or the leave for a competitor. And you have just three options: to grant the raise, to negotiate a middle ground, or to let them go. What will you do and why will you do what you did?
Okay, so the best option is the middle option. I'll go for that. I will negotiate with our employee. So we have to negotiate. Why is that? If I grant the 50% pay raise, it might affect the budget of the company. So we have to check how high can we go. So we offer the employee, we give the employee an offer. So I believe if the offer is good, probably people can afford at times maybe 30%, and the employee can go for that. Then the employee might stay.
I'm sorry, someone already has a 50% pay raise how's that? So you want to negotiate, okay, you would appeal to their better side, right?
I will negotiate to appeal to their better side. During the negotiation, we are also going to consider some other stuff, probably some bonuses that might not be as high as the 50%, probably a car or something.
All right, thank you very much. Does anyone have any answer?
So what I feel you should do is, first of all, you should speak with the employee, let him understand the benefits he has in staying at your company and possible promotion close in the future, or like future benefits, then probably after that you can decide to give him a raise, like you said, like probably like 30%. But I feel that if the employee can understand why will benefit more in your company other than monetary wise, you would want to stay.
Alright, good day everyone. My name is Etek Silas from the level. Okay, so my point of view here is that actually companies or industries go for value, right? So it depends on the person I'm dealing with. So if this person is actually invaluable, indispensable to the company, then why not? In a situation where I don't have the capacity to do so, then that's where bargaining or negotiation comes in, right? So in that case, if the person is actually adamant to wanting that increment, then which simply means if I don't fulfill that person's wish, then he might want to leave the company. So in that case, I know this person is valuable, brings a lot of value to my company, then I can negotiate and bargain with that person. I can even tell him for now, it's out of my capacity. I can do this in the nearest future.
Alright, thank you very much.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Alao Victor. First off, if I agree to raise the salary, at that point, he will come back and want another raise because he's indispensable. The first thing is, I feel like initially there should be a statement in his contract that gives him a span of years that after that particular time, he can be considered for a salary raise. And this contract, since contract is binding, he will not be able to push for a raise until that specific time is completed. And at that time, the company also prepares and check around and check what people as valuable as that in other companies are earning to consider the particular amount of percentage they can give him for the raise. And by that time, they will also prepare that if he decides not to pay this raise, at that moment, his replacement is available. So this doesn't harm the project is working. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, I think we've received enough answers in that particular scenario, and I like them. Yeah. So the third one, I think it affects every one of us here because we are in the energy industry, the oil and gas industry, and pollution is one of the main problems in the industry. So this particular scenario, a non-profit organization accuses your company of polluting a local river, sparking protests outside your headquarters. So what do? Either you launch a cleanup initiative and commit multi-million dollars to clean up the said pollution, defend your company, that's deny the accusations and demand evidence, and the third, collaborate with a non-profit, that is offer a partnership to investigate and resolve the issue. What will you do? Let me come again. A non-profit organization accuses your company of polluting a local river, sparking protests outside your headquarters. You have three options. That is, first one, launch a clean up initiative, commit multi-million dollars to clean up the said pollution. The second, defend your company, that is, deny the accusations and demand evidence. The third, collaborate with a non-profit and offer a partnership to investigate and resolve the issue. So what will you do? Any answers? I should come again. Okay. A non-profit organization accuses your company of polluting a local river, sparking protests outside your headquarters. You have three options: to launch a cleanup initiative that commits multi-million dollars to clean up the said pollution. Number two, defend your company, that is, deny the accusation and demand evidence. The third, collaborate with a non-profit, offer a partnership to investigate and resolve the issue. Do you understand now? So, yeah.
Okay, first of all, I want to establish that in the oil and gas industry, like some people have said in previous industry events, there is this particular stereotype. People are not very comfortable when they hear the phrase oil and gas. They're always relating oil and gas to most of the climate catastrophes that we have. So, okay, the company would not also want to waste their money either, spending millions of naira cleaning something that could not have even come from them.
So, if you ask me, I would say the best thing to do would be to partner with a non-profit organization. First of all, the fact that they are a non-profit organization means there is no exploitatory reason attached to their accusations. The non-profit organization is probably just after the well-being of the environment. And because they had reason to think the company was behind the pollution, that is why they said it out that the company was behind the pollution. So the smartest and most humane thing to do for that company would be to partner with the non-profit organization to figure out the source of that pollution and to find a way forward from then on. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So, you said the issue already sparked protest, right? So which means there are evidences already. Because for them to be protest, which is something that might affect the public peace, that means there must be evidences. People can't just come on the street to be protesting for something that does not exist. So which means that particular company is probably guilty of what was being accused of. So, just like people have said, I feel like the best thing is to partner with the NGO, because the NGO now is fighting for the right of the people. So even if you invest $1 million, in some ways people might not be satisfied, and they might feel that okay, you're not doing enough, the company might probably not clean up really well. So we are partnering with the NGO, that will even help build your reputation as a company.
All right, thank you very much.
Hello everyone, good morning. My name is John Bosco Aniki. I'm a 300 level student from the Department of Road and Biomaterials Engineering. So I'm not so keen on the oil and gas industry, but I'm just going to answer this using the general company perspective. So to start with, I would not deny the accusation, rather I would demand evidence. And why would I do this? Because the term or the word accusation, an accusation can be anything for all you know. An accusation is meant to be justified, right? So if it is not justified, then it only means it's still on the surface level. Now, sparking protest, I mean, for all we know, protest can be a result of anything. This world is a circus of interest. So if it is in your best interest to actually do something that will benefit me, I mean, you would want to do it. So sparking protest doesn't necessarily mean that the accusation is justified. The first thing I would want to do is to seek evidence. Then if the accusation is justified, then you now want to go into partnering with the non-profit organization and see how you can collaborate with them to solve the problem permanently. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any other response? All right. We just move on to the last scenario. It's tech related. Imagine there's a data breach in your company. Your company's secrets, maybe company secret out. You don't know who exactly is behind the leak, and your competitors already have access to sensitive information from your company. So, how will you go about this? How are you to handle this particular situation? You suspect some of your employees, you suspect them of releasing such sensitive information, but you have no concrete proof. So how are you going to go about this? How are you going to go about this? Should I repeat the question? Okay. There's a data breach in your company. Sensitive information has been released to your competitors, and you suspect some of the employees of doing that, but you have no concrete evidence. So how are you going to go about the issue? How are you going to handle it? Any responses? Okay, there's a data breach. Sensitive information has been leaked to a rival company. You suspect some of the employees of doing that, but you have no concrete evidence. So how are you going to go about the whole issue? Thank you very much, Godspeed.
Good morning, everyone. I think hiring a detective to investigate underground might help. With that, you don't suspect everyone, and everyone is exposed to the same investigation. So,
Thank you very much. As I would like to invite the student CEOs for their panel session, but before then, I would like to give a citation. And I would like to introduce Kelechi Prudence Wigwe. She's going to be the moderator for the panel session. Please round of applause. The next thing. So, about the Trues Consultant. Trues Consultant is a pioneering renewable energy and smart home company that transforming the way we think about energy. Founded in 2021, we've grown from a green energy company to a full-fledged renewable energy and smart home solutions provider, incorporating CCTV installations and so much more. With over 200 successful projects across Nigeria and a team of over 50 dedicated members, we're proud to be a fast-growing company making a real impact. Our commitment to empowering youth and students in Nigeria is the heart of what we do. Our head office in Lagos is the hub of our innovation, and our flagship project, the Trues Consulting Super Home, showcases our expertise in green energy, smart home solutions, and CCTV installation. Join us on our journey towards a sustainable future. I'll read the instruction of Folaranmi Jesutofunmi next. Please stand. Folaranmi Jesutofunmi is the founder of Low Budget Engineers, where he is primarily involved in building cool hardware projects he finds interesting. With his leadership, Low Budget Engineers has been able to build a community of over 600 makers and engineering enthusiasts, and has also been able to host their maiden event, Imagination, which was a great success with over 200 attendees from different universities across southwest Nigeria. When not working, he likes to read books, listen to podcasts, and swim. Please welcome Folaranmi Jesutofunmi. Low Budget Engineers. Low Budget Engineers is a company created to help makers, engineers, and engineering enthusiasts, students or otherwise, to explore the practical side of engineering, build their skills, and create projects they are passionate about. Recently, we hosted the main event of our event, Imagination, which showed people the fun and practical side of engineering and hard work. Stand Ubaida Abdulwasiu is a final-year petroleum engineering student at the University of Ibadan, Nigeria, and a passionate advocate for innovation in energy and sustainability. She is also deeply involved in leadership and community development as the General Secretary of SPE Student Chapter, spearheading initiatives that have driven significant academic and professional achievements among members. Recognized for her resilience, innovation, and impact, Ubaida embodies a commitment to excellence in both her academic pursuits and contribution to the energy sector. She co-founded Eleva Park to make organization more better and sustainable. Please welcome Ubaida to the stage. So about Eleva Park is a brand committed to transforming lives and working environments with stylish and practical organization solutions. Our mission is to enhance efficiency and clarity through high-quality products designed to optimize personal and professional spaces. From beauty organizers and kitchen spice racks to workshop accessories like laptop stands, we cater to diverse organization needs with functionality and aesthetics in mind. Additionally, our personalized consultation services, offered both in person and virtually, allow clients to create tailored solutions for their unique spaces. With a vision to become the go-to name in the organization industry, Eleva Park is dedicated to making organization accessible, sustainable, and impactful. We target new homeowners, tech professionals, and office spaces. It's expanding into full service organization consultations. Through innovative designs and a commitment to sustainable packaging, we empower our customers to create efficient, organized, and visually appealing spaces that inspire productivity and peace of mind. So I'll be handing over to Kelechi, the moderator of the panel session, to go ahead with what she has for us.
Thank you very much, Laura. SPE. Oil and gas. SPE. Oil and gas. Thank you very much for coming. Once again, my name is Kelechi and I'll be the one moderating this panel session. I'm actually quite honored to be in the midst of CEOs. So today, call me CEO Kelechi. Can I hear you say that? What? Thank you. All right. Welcome Kende, welcome Taiwo, welcome Fola, welcome Ubaida. So we'll just be asking some series of questions to understand how you balance your life as students as well as your businesses and companies. The first question I'll ask is for everybody generally. So we all know the Instagram trend of come with me in the day of, follow me through the day of the life of a stay-at-home mom or an Arabian wife, or something funny. So today we'll be walking through your life as a student and as a founder. So I'll start with you, Kendi.
Good day, everyone. Big privilege to be here. Thank you very much to the organizers. All right, straight to the question. A typical day in my life. Yep. Okay. Being a student, yes, I get to attend classes, and of course, the night before I start my day, I already organize things to do for the day. For example, if we have projects to carry out, I put people in place in charge of that because I work with the team. So I say, okay, I assign the projects to. Hello? Okay. I assign projects to members of the team. I give them the tasks to do. Then, of course, I make sure I attend every class I have in the day and also follow up on the projects via online. going through whatever is being done via video call, and at the end of the day, while I get back home, I make sure I scrutinize whatever, how far they have gone with the project, and I make sure everything is in order. So that's just a typical day.
All right, thank you very much, Kendi. Uvaida, I would love to hear yours.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much, Kelechi. So, for a typical day in my life is as simple and short. So I'm more of like a routine-based person. So I have like things I love to do in my mornings, because for me, I'm a morning person. So mornings are like when my brain is fresh and ready to like do a lot. So I wake up as early as 4:30 a.m. most of the days. On lazy days, I'll be up by 5 latest. So what I do first is pray, because prayer is like very important. So after prayer, so some days I have a mini book where I do like to-do list of things I probably want to do the next day and all of that. So if I do not like plan it earlier before the day, so I do it the morning of that day before I start carrying on my day. Though I have like some balanced routines like every morning. So once I'm done with my routines, if I have like a class, so I come for classes, and after classes I go back home and start like attacking the tasks I have on my to-do list that are separate from school and classes. So that's just like how I typically like run and balance up my day. Put the content, but I plan content maybe weekend and all that. I use mostly content calendars to like plan the content that I want to push out, especially if you have like our product available, so we need to create content around them to push people to buy them. So I already have like content calendars for the kind of content I want to create. So I just do them when I'm like free weekends and all of that. So yeah, that's it.
I don't know whether you were listening, but she said on a lazy day, she wakes up by 5:30. 5 a.m. Ask yourself, on a good day, what time do you wake up? All right, that's between yourself and yourself. All right, I'd like to hear from Taiwo. So what's the typical day in your life? What does it look like?
Thank you very much for the invitation. SPE. Alright, typical day in my life, let me consider it Friday, weekend. So, as you rightly said, we have a team that carry over most of our projects. But when we have bigger projects, we can't just push it to the team. We have to be there, we have to be present also. So, such projects, we push them to weekends. As a full-time student, I make sure that on Fridays, I try to attend all the classes and be done with classes as early as 5 p.m. so I can travel down to wherever we are having the project, because we work nationwide. So most times in Lagos or in other western part of Nigeria, but when we have installation in the east, we don't go there because of security reasons. We send our head engineer to go there to oversee the installation.
Sharp.
So on a Friday, we normally have practicals the most. So, and if I notice that there's a practical that is going to take much time, like it's going to delay my traveling, I'll just like skip the practical, not attend it. But I'll try to make any of my course-mates to cover up for me. So that's it.
Alright, that sounds very busy actually. So you're here in Ibadan, but your services can carry you to different parts of Nigeria. That's great. But we need to check in with your head engineer. I hope he's fine. Alright, so Fola, I'd like to hear from you. What's like a day in your life? What does it look like?
Alright, thank you very much. So a day in my life is very different depending on the season. But right now, it's kind of, I usually wake up like 6:30. I don't wake up that early, like by now. but once I wake up, usually I have my bath, then there are a few things. So I try to read or learn something in the morning. Now this outside school, because there are definitely things you need when running a company or a business. So usually, maybe I'm reading about another business owner or a founder, or I'm reading something related to marketing, or I'm learning something engineering related. That's kind of how my morning starts. Then depending on the day of the week, so I usually have classes, or I only have classes Wednesday and Thursdays. So I'm pretty much free, right? So I read schoolwork on Tuesday and Thursdays. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, that's kind of school. Then the rest of the week is for me. So then I can schedule whatever I need to schedule for my own personal work. Now when it comes to working with the team, since most of my teammates are also students, most of the things we do are usually in the nights or during weekends. So if we have meetings and all of that, that will be towards evening. And then any kind of physical implementation or meetup will be like Friday, Saturday usually. On rare occasions, like when we're preparing for the conference and all of that, the whole week was gone. But mostly it's usually weekends and the evenings.
All right, thank you very much for that. So a lot of students actually run away from having their own startups, businesses. I'll speak for myself. If I run a business, I'll use that business to flex. So I'm just more like, give me with my task and I do it. But seeing how you've all set up your business, your company, community, whatsoever it may be, and you're thriving in it, it begs the question, what exactly inspired you to take the path you're in? What exactly inspired you to become a founder? And how did you come up with your business idea? So I'll start with you, Baida.
Thank you so much, Kelechi. Okay, so for me, I've always loved the idea of entrepreneurship because I was born out of parents that were like business owners. I was not from a family of maybe doctors and all of that. I'm from a family of business owners. They were all doing businesses, and I was raised with business and everything. So I've always loved the idea of how it works and all of that. I've watched my parents do it over the years, and they've grown it over the years. But like I've been here like in this year, I stuck to it. Okay, let me learn skills and all of that. So I think so on a random day I uploaded on my status. It was more of like I was just flexing and catching crews that I've always loved the idea of entrepreneurship, but I've not even like tried to flex out that part yet. I've not even explored it yet. So someone reached out to me that we like their idea of starting a partnership kind of business that we could like remind some of the ideas we have and come up with something. So it was like a rough idea at start. So we did not have it like entirely figured it out. So we just, okay, what do you think we can do? So we are in a world where everyone is big on, okay, they want their space to be nice, they want their space to be like fine and everything. You know, people are like doing content creation and all of that. So we're like, okay, what if we sell things to make people's space more functional, accessible, like useful items like people will find essential, things that people will like actually like and maybe buy every time. So because I wanted to like create a business where it's not restricted to a particular gender or tribe or race, something that everybody can like pick up and be like, yes, I need this. So then that was how it like got started, and yeah, we're still trying to refine and retune it as we like progress. Yeah, that's it.
I'll say that's very courageous. Without overthinking, without second guessing, you went into it. That is really courageous. Kennedy, I'd like to hear from you.
Thank you very much. Okay, while I was still seeking admission, yeah, we call it Jambite. So I was a Jambite then. So during that time, my uncle, that's my foster father, promised that he would see us through undergraduate days, that sponsor education. But unfortunately, we were yet to write JAMB before his demise. So it was on a campaign ground, yeah, during election. He was a politician. So he just collapsed. Then he was rushed to the hospital. So during that process, he died. Then I was like, just imagine, see somebody that promised to sponsor my education. Now, so that got me thinking that this life, don't put your trust in anybody. Somebody might promise you today and be no more tomorrow. So then I've promised myself that I'll be the one I'll be independent. I won't trust on anybody or rely on anybody for anything. So yeah, I got the vision for Trish Consulting and everything. So myself and my brother, it goes to 21st birthday. So we have been fasting and praying before that time. So of course we already into Tunisu. We work with importers in Alaba International Market because that's where we grew up. So we had the opportunity to work with porters of rechargeable electronics. For example, rechargeable torchlights, rechargeable standing fans, and the lights. So we self-learn that. We self-learn all those kind of repair stuff. So we meet them, we explain to them that okay, we can repair this stuff for you. They give us trial and we impress them. So they started giving us projects. Sometimes we do repair 1,000 pieces of rechargeable. So that was what we were into before our 21st birthday. So myself and my brother discussed that okay, if we really want to do something that is going to really pay us, we gotta focus on two things. Number one, cheap, but that's to do with numbers. That's to do with numbers that okay, if something is cheap, it has to do with numbers. Like a lot of people need it, a lot of people are going to buy it and other kind of stuff. But if it's something that don't have to do with numbers, that okay, you just small people that can afford it. It has to do with something that has to do with high capital intensive. So those were the thoughts, because we did some analysis that okay, we really want to do something that will break out and have to do with not something that will just give us little money, but something that can bring in a lot of money. Yeah. So while we were in Alaba International Day, being the markets, we saw a new trend, and that was renewable energy. So back then, it was not popular. It was not popular. So the shop we work beside it, that's what they are into. So we had the opportunity to study it there, like how it works and everything. So on a fortunate day, somebody referred us for that kind of job, just to provide, not to install actually, just to sell. So we found out that okay, what this client actually need is not a solar generator, but a solar installation, because of his needs, that the solar generator won't power it. So then we introduced the idea to him, okay, what if we do a solar installation for you? Then he got interested, he asked of the amount and everything. So during that process, we knew, oh, guy, let's quickly learn this stuff, and since we have idea about it, so we had to go through, we take tutorials, we self-learned, watch a lot of videos within 24 hours, and we gave him estimation for price. We did the job, but we had a very huge problem. It took us 5 days, something that should take about 6 hours. It took us 5 days because it was our first time, and of course, during that time, we invited some professionals to join us to do the job. So we faced some difficulties in electrical issues like wiring. So after we have done that project, we were very like impressed and said, okay, we want to build a career on this. So that's how we started the Trees Consulting.
That's a really beautiful story. Taiwo, from your perspective, was there anything different for you? What exactly can you add to this story that Kehinde has shared with us?
Yeah, he has mentioned key points. So my addition is just that where I come from, my background, while I was still in secondary school, there is this rich woman in my church then that on this Facebook afternoon when we went to visit her, so she was telling us stuff like, don't worry, by the time you enter school, you come and be asking me for school fees. So we were like what type of, because that's the trend. Most people in the church, most undergraduates, they do go to her for support for school fees. So that thing really touched us, and since then we have had the goal and mentality of we have to sponsor us throughout our university days. So that.
Thank you. I hope you're picking some points from this, because I am. From Ubeda, I've learned that sometimes you need to take a bold step in doing what you want to do. From them, I've learned about resilience as a business owner. So Fola, I'd like to hear your own side of the story. What inspired you to start Low Budget Engineers?
All right, thank you very much. So you said we're inspired to start Low Budget Engineers specifically, but before you just said to become a founder. So like those are kind of two different things. But let me just answer them briefly. So to become a founder generally, I've done quite a number of things over the years. So this is not like my first thing I'm doing. No, initially I used to build websites and went into marketing, had like 2 different website brands and all of that before getting here. But what's made me start Low Budget Engineers is a realization that a lot of us have, as I believe most of us here are tech students, I believe. So I guess let me just throw the question out. How many of you regret coming to study engineering in University of Ibadan? Just a wave. Are your lecturers here? Just wave. It's nothing to be shy about. Okay, how many of you will come back to University of Ibadan if you had a chance to like maybe study another engineering course, or in your next life you come back to study? So that's kind of the problem that most of us realize, that, I mean, there's a lot that is not ideal with the engineering landscape. I won't say across Nigeria, but I haven't been everywhere in Nigeria, so let me just focus on UI. And I believe there's meant to be a lot more of practicality to what we do, seeing the things that can actually be created from the knowledge we are learning. So an eye-opening moment is, I watch a lot of YouTube, so I'm not a big social media person, but I do watch YouTube a lot. And you would see guys abroad that in 200 level, 300 level, building rockets and actually launching them, or building robot dogs that can actually walk and all of that. And as a 200 level student, I'm battling with maybe fluid mechanics or strength of materials. And I don't even understand. I mean, I can solve it, but if you ask me how does this apply to anything in real life, I don't know. So that was kind of the problem that started, okay, if life gives you lemons, I think you should throw it away, and buy orange or something, but you have to make do with what you have. So I started Low Budget Engineers. So initially, it just started as a group of us coming together to build really cool projects, really fun projects, things that we think are interesting and inspiring for us. But right now, it's morphing more into a platform for people to experience the practical side of engineering. So that's one, what the event was about, seeing a lot of the practical things, building physical projects and things like that. But much more than that, what we're looking at in the future is a platform where you can get to learn the theory in the classroom and you get to understand this is the underlying principle, and then we will now show you, okay, this is how to connect the algebra you've learned in class to a real world scenario, or this is how to actually build a physical solution from the theory you've learned in class. So that's kind of why I started and where we are, all of that.
All right, thank you very much. So you wanted to solve a major problem in the educational system. That's really great. What are your challenges? It's still on you, Fola. What are your biggest challenges you faced while running low budget engineers, and how did you overcome them?
Okay, so while running low budget engineers, there are different challenges, but those challenges are more business oriented. I think any business will face, rather than specifically a student founder. So I guess I'll answer the question in two phases again. One, being a student founder specifically, and then second, just general business. So I think being a student founder, low budget engineers hasn't actually affected me that much, because I studied it in 400 level, which there was an IT period, I wasn't in classes. 500 level, I only have very few courses. I'm only doing 2 courses this semester, so I have enough time to dedicate. But while I had a full-time job, are we still together? Are we still together? Yes. So I had a full-time job in 200 and 300 level, and I think the workload then was a lot more than I am doing now. And I think if you are trying to start a business, when you still have all your courses, that's kind of more in the situation you would be. So I'll say then my challenge was more of a time issue, right? So there are many times I would be in class and I would be in a meeting at the same time. I remember times I would go from stand-up meeting where we are trying to deploy straight into the examination hall. So that was kind of my routine then. So a lot of that had to do with time management and all of that. So I would say the biggest thing you can have if you're in that space is leverage. Now, what do I mean by leverage? It means you need to be able to achieve what other people are achieving with a different means. So you might not be able to attend all classes. Let's just be realistic. You might not be able to attend all classes. You might not be able to spend as long as other people are spending learning and all of that. But there needs to be a balance. So first of all, what do you want to do? So I know some people need a specific GPA to get maybe into specific schools abroad. So if that's your situation, you need to know, okay, that's my goal. Some people just want to graduate with first class, right? So they don't need 4.0, 3.5 is fine. So they know that's their goal. Some people just want to graduate, like whether first or second or I shall do one carry over. So if that's you, I don't think that's a good goal, but you might be able to do a lot more business-wise than school-wise and still scale through. But just knowing where you are and knowing what your situation is would inform how you go about splitting your time. Now, secondly, with low budget engineers specifically, the problems you have faced is mostly about money, right? So in business, you need money, especially for something that is very hardware focused, which is quite difficult compared to software. Software is a lot cheaper and you have a lot more funding opportunities than hardware. But hardware, there are a lot of upfront costs that you need to do. So you need to kind of get funding. I was very lucky for the event, because the event was very, very, very expensive. And I was lucky to have a lot of personal relationships that could kind of bankroll that quite a bit. So that was not very stressful, right? But the second thing now is they both relate, which is having people believe what you are doing. So because I'm going to use the event as the scenario again, because that's the first major thing we've done. And because it was the first event, when you're reaching out for sponsorships, they don't have any experience to base it off of. So they don't know how have you done before, what projects have you built in the past, how many people attended your last event. None of those were there. So it was hard to kind of get funding from that point of view. So if you're in that situation, all you can do is sell the vision. Like, okay, this is what we're trying to achieve. These are the other things we have done. So we had done exhibitions in OAU. We had done in UI. So we could use those exhibitions as a point of proof of, okay, this is what we are capable of doing. These are the robots we have built, things like that, to kind of get those funding. So there's a little bit of getting people to trust you, getting money. Then the third one now will be general business, which is more managing people. And that's kind of difficult because, like I said earlier, a lot of people working with us are students, and a lot of students don't have the kind of practical experience we want at the level we want it. So there's a lot of learning on the job and trying to figure things out. And as someone that is leading the company, it can be frustrating at times knowing that if I were to do this task, it's probably take me 20 minutes, 30 minutes, but it's taking you 3 days or 1 week. But it's important to allow that process to occur if you want to build something long term, because you can't be in 50 different places at once. So you kind of need to let people learn, so that when they learn, you can hand over to them and they can continue even when you're not there. So I hope that makes sense.
You actually pointed out a lot of things. In fact, I think you sort of answered the next question about your academic setbacks. So I would want to ask the other panelists to combine these questions. What are the challenges in your businesses, as well as what are the academic setbacks? How does your business impact on your academics? So I'll hear from you, Taiwo.
Yeah, thank you very much. Let me start with the academics part. I started entrepreneurship since started University of Ibadan. So my 100 level days were very rough. I depend mostly on my JAMB knowledge. I didn't really attend a lot of classes. So that really affected my CGPA in 100 level. So because I had to hustle for money as I'm sponsoring myself. So it affected me very well. The second question is challenges in entrepreneurship. Okay. The business we are into is a capital intensive business. We require our clients to pay 80% upfront and 20% after the installation. So as starters then, like 3 years ago, so it was difficult to have clients trust us, because 90% of our clients are total strangers. We know them from here, just online. So I know the situation of things in the country, scammers everywhere. So it's not possible for you to just meet somebody online saying, I do this, I do that, pay 80%. The person is in the East, is in Anambra, me and yours. And I'm telling somebody in Anambra to send me 2 million naira. Then I will come back in 3 days to come and do the installation. It's very difficult. So we have to do a lot of things in the beginning to gain the trust of our clients to get to where we are today. So today that's no longer a challenge, because now we have a physical head office and we have a lot of testimonies online. So that's been a challenge, and academic challenge also.
Right. So from what Fola and Taiwo have said, it's very obvious that when you're starting a business, it's very hard to get clients or get your audience to trust you. You have to build that presence. You have to show people that you have the value before they can trust you. Ubaida, does the same apply to you? Do you have other challenges, and how exactly has your business impacted in your academics, positively or negatively, while managing your business?
Okay, as Fola stated earlier, I started to during my 6-month IT, and I didn't exactly see it as the business being like affecting me. Maybe like the business has its own challenges, but like affecting me personally, I didn't exactly see it affecting me personally, because I've been working and schooling since 200 level. I was teaching in 200 level. From 300 level, I was doing full-time remote jobs and all of that. So, and in terms of academics, it has not affected that negatively. So I did see it as it affecting me negatively when I started the business. I only like saw the challenges that would come with the business itself. So some of the challenges that we are still undergoing is marketing. So the kind of things we sell, when I started, like most of my friends bought for me, like people around me. Even my mom was even the first to patronize me. She didn't even cry. She dropped all the money I called for her. She was like, I'll be the first to like bless my daughter's business and all of that. So my auntie too, they followed us to buy for me. So we got to a point where we needed more reach. Like we needed to reach more people. We needed more people to like know about it. It's still something like we're facing, because selling online is like I've been scammed online before. So I get people's fear, especially like strangers, be like, are you sure like you are trusted and all of that? So one way we've started doing that, because we are just starting, so you still be like limited for we cannot be running hands like Temu that is on all of us faces. So we started like doing sponsored advertisements on Instagram, and like at least that boosted our pages a bit. We got like strangers actually trusting us to buy from us. We even had like our first order to Abuja outside our main base, which is Lagos and Ibadan. That was a really, really big win for us. And even recently, we sold like a bulk of our product to someone in Canada. So that was like a big win for us, and that was like the power of a bit of sponsored ads we've done. So we're looking forward. We hope to like run more of those sponsored advertisements, use influencers, people that are using these products in their homes, like content creators and all of that, to use our product and also like increase the reach and marketing when we have more money to do it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ubeda. It is really tough actually pushing your business online, because the average Nigerian will go and check how many followers does she have. 20. No, I'm not buying from her. But you see that Temu where you are seeing over 1 million followers, you already trust them. You believe that they have the quality, they have the products you're looking for. But I advise you to check the comments, because you'll know the real situation of things in the comment section. So thank you very much, Ubeda, for pointing that out, the marketing side of things. Kehinde, I would like to hear your own situation, the challenges you faced, as well as the academic impact while managing your business.
All right, thank you very much. Well, starting as an entrepreneur, right from 100 level, 100 level was kind of difficult, but it really, I get more time to that, because in 100 level, the attendance doesn't because of the numbers. So when you attend classes, that has to do with general, like people. So it gave me the opportunity to give more time to my entrepreneurship journey, and of course that affected my performance. So I'm not really sure. I think my CDP was close to 3.5 after first semester and second semester on the level. So I really didn't do well, because when I came to University of Ibadan, my dream was to finish with the first class. Right now I'm on 3.2, I think. 3.2. So moving on. With 300 level, it has to attendance should, because we just class. So I don't like classes, because I want to earn also performance, and business wise, we've encountered a lot of challenges. Okay, let me recall one. It was during holiday, so myself and Tara were in Lagos. We were based online while we started, because we don't have a physical office due to funds. So we started online. So a guy saw our ads online, and then we told him that, okay, you have to send money, then we buy the materials and bring it over to your place. He was like, Nigeria of today, you can't do that. So what he did was that, okay, we started with him. One of them come to his place, then stay with him. While one of us has arrived his place, being with him, then he send the money to the other person, then buy the materials in his place. So those were the ideas we used to start. From then, after doing stuff like that, for like the pioneering project, to drop nice comments and we got interest. So people bringing up that I can't send you money, Those issues become less often. but we have a lot of different face that but we are 100% every time able to convince the client that go and check our records. We have been working for the past 2 years now, no negative records. We give them social media platforms, and they confirm, so they eliminate that field and spend their funds. So
All right, thank you very much, Kendi. It's not easy managing your business and still trying to build a social media presence. So I would ask everyone to quickly tell us the role of mentorship in the success of their brands, their businesses, their companies, and also the mentors that you value, the mentors you have. How exactly have you been able to obtain these mentors? So I'll start with you, Taiwo.
Thank you very much for that question. I personally do not have like a particular mentor I look up to, but rather I have several people I'm looking up to and also learning from them. Like I do follow several entrepreneurs online. I watch their videos, listen to them on several experiences and advice, and I apply them to our foundation, and it's helping a lot.
Thank you very much. So, Abida, do you want to share with us?
So for me, I cannot say like I have like a particular mentor in this business space, because I didn't really like take my time to maybe look up to anyone, because the person I partnered with has been in the business space for years. So I'll say she's like my indirect mentor. She has like the knowledge and everything. So I just like learn from her. I consult her. How do you think you can go about this? How do you think you can do this and all of that? So like I can say I have like indirect mentorship in terms of I look at other brands like they have like successful brands, especially on the online space, and what are they doing, and like how can we do what they are doing, and how can we be different in terms of our marketing and all of that. So that will be that for me.
Alright, so about mentors, I think there are different ways you can think about it. But very first, I don't like the word mentorship or mentors, because when most people use it, they are kind of trying to be lazy and looking for someone that will babysit them, at least from my experience. And I feel like if you're in business is a risky thing, and you should have an idea, general sense of where you're going. You can have help, or you should have help, but specifically going out and saying I'm looking for mentors, I don't think that's particularly the right way to do it. So for me, for instance, generally speaking, with low budget engineers, I don't have a specific mentor, so they are inspirations. That's kind of how I think about it. So in Nigerian landscape now, there are like maybe only 3 companies that kind of in the line that I'm going, not exactly, but maybe right in the line. So there's one in Ibadan, there's one in Abuja, there's another one in like Calabar or something. So those are like the 3 only companies that are kind of in the direction I'm going. So I study them quite a bit. But other than that, I think studying business owners over the years is very, very helpful. So I study Elon Musk a lot, I study Steve Jobs a lot. And a lot of the things I'm doing right now, a lot of the plans I have for low budget engineers actually comes from how Walt Disney built Disneyland. So a lot of the inspirations you can get are from the 1800s and 1900s, and I don't think enough people are studying those guys, because those guys built things without AI, without internet, without the advancement of technologies that we have today. And if they could do it then, there's a lot they know that we don't know. So that's kind of how I think about mentorship. Now, how do you go about getting those specific mentors? It's a different conversation. So I think there are 3 ways you can think about that. One, don't go looking for them, is the very first thing I would say. Because it's very hard to reach out to. If, for instance, I reach out to Elon Musk today, he's not going to answer me. Right? There's nothing I want to say that will make him answer me. Why? Because I'm not just on his level. But once I build to a certain level, he would message me by himself, or we'll meet at a convention, or we'll speak together on stage. So the first thing I would say is try building yourself up to the level where you can have those conversations with the people, like more eye to eye, right? Even maybe they might still be years ahead of you, but you have something to offer them at that level. So that's the first. The second thing I would say is there are a lot of people you can reach out to that are not the founders of the companies. So I know when a lot of people want to reach out to mentors, if they want to say Tesla, they can reach out to Elon Musk. But I think what will be more valuable is if you reach out to like the head engineer at Tesla, or maybe the head of safety at Tesla or something like that, because those guys also have the years of experience, but they don't have the clouds. So they have a lot less people reaching out to them, and you have more of a chance of getting through to them. So an example would be the events that we had. So we reached out to a good number of people that have been running events. So if you know UDC, we had a meeting with one of the co-founders. Most people probably not know STEM Africa Fest, but they had like 7,000 people attend their events. And I reached out to the founder, and she just told me to speak to our manager because she doesn't have the time to speak to me, right? So I spoke to the manager, and she was very, very helpful in giving us ideas and helping us set up the event and all of that. So I was thinking that way is reaching out to people who are key in the organizations but might not be the head would also be very helpful. Then the third way, like I said earlier, you have infinite number of business owners in historical contexts that you could read about, that you could learn from, that have dedicated books to all the lessons they've learned over 50 years of business or 70 years of business, that you cannot learn the same thing reading such books that you would learn in a 20 minutes conversation or 30 minutes conversation. This is 40 years of somebody's life that you are learning from. So I think that's also very valuable. So that's kind of how I think about mentorship.
I think that's a very beautiful answer, yeah.
Seeking mentorship cannot be overemphasized. It will save you from learning by experience. Unfortunately, we omitted that. So when we got a company vehicle, we had little or no idea because we didn't seek advice on how to go over that. So we didn't know there was some document, some registration we had to do. So we embarked on a journey to Abuja. So we took a company vehicle to Abuja. Moving from Lagos, we got to Osun. That was where the problem started. We were stopped by these council guys. They were like, they began to mention a lot of documents. Where the JTB? Where is your substance? Where you don't have all of this? Your money is 50K. I was like, ha. Like, then, okay, we just have to pay them because we had no choice because they won't let us go, and we have materials in the vehicle that I want to go and install in Abuja. Then they advise us that all these things you don't have, you still face a lot of problems moving forward because you still need to. Then while moving forward, we face the same people again. While still in Osun, about to get to Ife, yeah, we face the same people, we paid again. So it was really an unfortunate experience. We ended up losing all our profit. In fact, we didn't make any profit. If we lost in that business, yeah. So, and it was after that experience then we later began to get advice, okay, how to run a company vehicle if you have one and everything. So we advise, okay, your company vehicle, don't let it be moving interstate. Just, your company is in Lagos, let your company vehicle be just going to installations in Lagos only. So it will save you a lot of stress, and so that way, after learning by experience, that spurred me to get advices on how to manage the company vehicle. Very unfortunate. So getting mentor cannot be overemphasized. Yeah, it's very important. We save you from.
Thank you very much, Kehinde. Thank you very much, Fola, for sharing your thoughts on the mentorship. So I would like to wrap up this session with personal questions to each of the panelists. So I'll start with you, Taiwo. How do you manage the dynamics of co-founding a business, especially with a family member, your twin brother, and as a student? How exactly is the dynamics of managing a business with your brother and as a student?
It's natural because we are twin actually. We came from the same womb. So I've lived with my brother all my life. So running a business with him, it's a very easy and natural thing compared to running a business with a friend or partner. So it's very, very easy. And we even share a common purse. All right, that aside, as a student, in 300 level, that's when we get the arc of running our business smoothly. We enlarged our platform by introducing or bringing in other engineers that have the same mindset and in the same field across the country. So today, might be having installation in Ekiti, other several states, and I'm here right now. I might be in a program, and I will not be bothered. Currently, somebody is chatting me. He's currently having one installation. That's our installation. We send engineers there. We don't have to be bothered again about all those things. So today, I can comfortably attend all classes without having to bother about traveling here and there because we have a working system already. So building a team cannot be overemphasized in a field like mine. So you can't do it alone, you can't be everywhere, you can't be here and there.
That's really great. Thank you very much, Taiwo. So, Ubeda, how exactly do you see Eliva Park evolving in the next few years?
Thank you so much, Kelechi, for that question. So in the next few years, I see my brand as the go-to brand for organizational needs, for new homes, new workspaces, for corporate organizations, and a lot of, I see it like having like a better more audience, like expand reaches, better marketing, and also a better team. Like we're just a two team. I see us like adding more teams to what we currently have. I also see us going into like consultancy services. Like someone is about to launch their new offices, and they are coming to us for products that they want to use for their offices and all of that. So that is how like I envision my brand in few years to come, by God's grace.
And I'll say that may all your expectations come to reality.
Amen.
So, Kehinde, a very funny question for you. What's your take on the school na scam slogan? What do you think about it?
Well, it all depends on one orientation. Personally, where I grew up, it's a very common thing to say, yeah. While I finished secondary school at age 17, I proceeded to learning core rewinding because I already envisioned myself to study electrical electronics engineering. So I wanted to have practical knowledge before going to the university. So while being an apprentice in core rewinding workshop, that's an everyday statement. You see them, school has come, like my boss will be saying it, like his friends and everything, like they must be every day rubbish in school. I just keep quiet, looking. But it's very ironic and funny to find out that this guy is saying school has come. They want their junior ones, they are seeking ways for their junior ones to get admission. Like I was like, these people, you are just fooling yourself. You keep saying school has come, but now you are finding a way to get your junior brother into university. But you keep saying school has come. So whenever anybody says school and scam, just don't believe such person. Everything has to do with your own mentality. Coming to the University of Ibadan has really changed a lot about me. Actually, if I wasn't a student of UI, I don't think the trees conducting would be where it is right now. So, yeah. And my appreciation goes out to every Techite. You all have been very supportive. Thank you very much. So, coming to school will make you not be a parochial person. We enlarge your mindset and the way you think. You get to get a lot of connections. Yeah, you just while coming to, you don't come to school with mindset that okay, I just want to get a certificate, get a first ladder. No, you come to school with mindset of I'm coming here to network, I'm coming here to build my career, and that. So those are the ideas and everything that I came here. Well, I said to myself that okay, my coming here to University of Ibadan is going to be changing of my life. Like, yeah, back then while I was still in Lagos, I remember vividly while my mates taking pictures and everything, they're just taking pictures with just themselves, and nobody invites me. Let me come and take pictures with us. But today, reverse is the case. Whenever we go there, everybody wants to take pictures with us. So I'm really grateful coming to University of Ibadan. It has really embodied my mind and gave me a lot of connections.
Did you feel this tease? Yes. All right, thank you. That was actually a very beautiful answer. It shows that the school actually develops the human mind wholesomely, not just intellectually. So the last question goes to you, Fola. How exactly do you see LB impacting the engineering industry? Can you share with us?
All right. So my goal and my hope for low budget engineers is that we kind of create a community where engineering is not just accepted but more encouraged from a very, very young age, and a lot of people are getting more into engineering and building and creating. So for context, if you are familiar with the history of, let's say, the United States and the tech industry, you know Silicon Valley played a very large role in the growth of tech. And what you find out is that a lot of the founders that we know today, they all knew each other. So Steve Jobs, founder of Apple, founder of Microsoft, founder of Dell, founder of Intuit, they all knew each other before they became big. Like from when they were very small, they all knew each other, right? Today, talk about founder of LinkedIn, founder of SpaceX, Elon Musk, founder of Y Combinator. They all knew each other before they built the things they built. And all it shows that greatness lies in community. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to build that community of thinkers, of makers, of engineers that are going to build the next generation of great things.
I hope you've gained a lot from this session. First of all, can we have a round of applause for each of the panelists? Thank you so much for sharing your life with us, for impacting in us. And kudos to each of you because you're doing something exceptional in your company, in your brand, in your community. You're also impacting in us because we are looking up to you and we hope to imbibe in a lot of things that you've shared with us. Thank you very much for listening. Can we give them a round of applause as they exit the stage? And you can also give me a round of applause.